generate for your business, if you have trustworthy contacts, if you have people in your network that you really resonate with, that you admire, that you respect. And also, I think it's a good incentive for you to also join online communities and be more active in social media and be showing up more actively online, because that's what's going to draw these kinds of opportunities to you, is through networking and engaging on a regular basis. So we've included a couple of ways that you can do this. Some of these we've spoken about before during some of the previous networking sessions, so I would encourage you to take a look at those as well for some more practical applications of what that looks like. But today's session is focusing specifically on collaboration, so this is what we would suggest. Firstly, when it comes to engaging with new people, having virtual coffees, conversations with new people, that can generate a lot of collaborations because you're getting to know people slowly over time, you're building your network. As you start to meet new people, you might also want to introduce some of those people to other people that you think would be good collaborators with them. So that helps you to generate that level of relationship equity over time. Asking for recommendations from people you know is also great, because you might have a brand that you really want to meet and get to know with the idea of potentially collaborating down the line, but you don't actually have access to that brand. And maybe it's someone that you know that already interviewed them, or that already spoke to them or did a collaboration with them, or is maybe friends with someone who's connected with that brand. So it's always through the hands of other people that you're going to gain access. Asking for recommendations is one way of doing that. Also, helping out your peers within your network with recommendations. So for example, if you know another e-commerce business that are looking for a specific type of person that they want to hire, let's say they're looking for a VA or they're looking for marketing consultants, and you know someone who's really great, then saying to that person, hey, I have someone that I would recommend who's really good at what they do, is a way of nurturing and building that relationship over time. So presenting people with connections, opportunities, talent, being an active curator and participant in your network, eventually that's going to come back to you. And I know it sounds quite kind of ethereal and not necessarily so scientific, but that's the way that these relationships work, is the more and more that you curate your community through being that active engager, whenever you decide, okay, now is an appropriate time in my business to collaborate, it will be much easier to broach that subject with people that you know, because you'll have already added value to their lives. Attending events is another way of doing this. So actively going to seminars, workshops, participating in industry events, and also events that are genuinely aligned with your interests. That's kind of a nicer way almost of creating these relationships without the pressure of an immediate business collaboration. So actively following your interests as the business owner and exploring different modalities can be a great way to come back, and at the end of it, you end up with a really fresh collaboration that's maybe quite different to the collaborations that are happening in your industry, because they're based on mutual interests or on, someone else that's in your industry, and you decide that you want to do a mutually beneficial collaboration. The other thing that we would really suggest, which is a little bit more unusual, is just learning to train yourself to see opportunities. So sometimes a collaboration can come up a little bit out of the blue, and it's up to you to see the opportunity within that collaboration. And if you're not used to seeing opportunities, then it might be that potential collaboration will pass you by. So what we would suggest is, if you're not used to finding opportunities on a day-to-day basis, try writing down 10 ideas a day that will help you to reach your business goals or expand your business. Or maybe when you meet with new people for virtual coffees, you could brainstorm opportunities for them to expand their business, or you could just find little ways of adding value through ideation and brainstorming. This will get you used to the process of identifying quickly which opportunities are where and what the alignments might be between different businesses and industries. So we would recommend doing that up front instead of the moment that you want to do a business collaboration. It's like when you're looking for a job, when you're already looking for a job, it's too late. It's before you're looking for a job that's the best time to look for a job. I know that we're mainly entrepreneurs, but I think it's a good way of explaining this. When you decide that you're ready for a business collaboration, it's usually better to already have the relationships in place, to have been someone who was adding value to other people's businesses, to then know who might be the best person for you to collaborate with. So we've added a couple of pointers on how to approach a collaboration, because it's not necessarily as simple as it might seem. And we want to just make sure that everyone is really aware of how to think about this, and just have more tools on to kind of to color your understanding of how you might want to collaborate with other businesses. So the first thing is assessing your own business. So really having an understanding of what stage your business is in. Are you even ready for collaboration? Do you have the capacity to create a new product or service? So if you're already selling products online, that will then require a lot more capital, resources, potentially materials. So thinking very carefully about, am I in the right stage to actually develop a new product or service with someone else? Then thinking, what are you actually looking for? What would you like to offer? What would your role in the collaboration be? Keeping your own business's success as a priority is going to help you stay focused on your own business trajectory. So rather than looking outside and thinking, okay, maybe this collaboration could really boost my business, making sure that you're doubling down on your business efforts first, so that your business does have that longevity and can afford to do a collaboration and put more resources behind making that collaboration successful. Another thing I would suggest is finding the right fit and really ensuring that you take your time to understand that the person that you're potentially collaborating with has a similar way of doing business as you, and maybe a compatible audience, compatible products, compatible journey. That's a really important point, because not everyone is meant to collaborate with everyone. So ensuring that you have seen whether those alignments are in place beforehand will help you to kind of save on resources and time and energy, and make sure that you place your attention and time in the right places. Brand compatibility is another thing. So this is similar to finding the right fit, but more on the branding front. So ensuring that your audiences and brands are compatible. We would suggest really looking into that customer. So that customer is similar to yours. Would they be interested in a partnered product between your company and their company? For example, if you have a digital service that you're selling online, and there is a specific service that comes before or after your digital service, then it might make sense to pair up with someone else who does that service and combine that into one big package. And another thing that we would really suggest doing is thinking about whether the price point and the values and image of your brand are compatible with that of the other brand. So imagine if you have a really high-end brand, but you end up collaborating with a low-end volume-based business. The two might not necessarily be compatible on the branding front, visually, and also for their community of customers. So it's something to bear into mind. The other thing that we would suggest is really just taking it slow. Collaborations can involve logistics, money, time, resources. And so it's really important to just take the time to map this out with the other person and see, really, is this something that we want to do? What potential situations could come up? How will we handle those? And really kind of flesh that out ahead of time, so that when you go into the collaboration, you can put your best foot forward.
And here we want to give you some practical tips that we think are really actionable, so that you can put them into practice once we finish this event. So the first one would be to position for opportunities that you want to create. This means that you need to reach out to brands that resonate with your values and that share a similar audience. Because otherwise, what's the point of doing a collaboration with someone who is completely against your branding? So here you have to ask yourself, am I the kind of brand that other businesses want to collaborate with? This is something that you have to do first, this first step, to really analyze who you are as a brand and what do you want to show to your collaborators. Then a second very important tip is prioritizing human connections. When reaching out to new people, we really suggest you not to ask for a collaboration immediately in the first message. Remember that behind each business, there are humans, there are people that are very busy, and they really need to resonate with you, know you, and see that there is an exchange of value or a human connection behind that relationship. That would as a business owner, what you want like seeing is that someone just sends you a message, let's say on LinkedIn, asking for a collaboration, and that's it, right? So avoid doing that. Go show what the other person can get from you. For example, you can offer them free resources, or even connect them to someone you know that can be of great added value to this person, or ask them for recommendations before going deeper into this collaboration. And this is work that will strengthen the relationship and that will end up probably in a more fruitful collaboration, and a collaboration that will give you a better result. The third tip here is not to wait for a collaboration to show up for the businesses you admire. What we mean with this tip is that you need to go there and look for spaces where businesses you love are hanging out. For example, a specific network that of a specific topic. Imagine that you are, I don't know, in the handicraft sector, and there is a community of home decor items, and there are a lot of designers that you admire. So go show up online, offline, and try to meet them. You also need to invest time to know the communities of the people you want to collaborate with, and start to act as if you are already their business partner. So this means that you need to engage with their posts, share what they do on your business page, write an article about them, do an episode on your podcast about that, be proactive, like be very, very active in their communities, so that they see that you add value and that you follow them and that you are really a good follower and that you know about them. And then the fourth tip here is that you will need to build a deeper connection with your own community. This means that you need to make sure that you nurture a close relationship with your customers and know exactly who they are and what drives them to be part of the community. And this will help with the collaborations that you make, because you will be able to tell whether or not a potential collaboration is a good fit for your community as well. It's not just about seeing if you like the other community, if the other collaborators want to do something with you, it's also to offer good quality to the community that you already have. This may sound very obvious, but it's very simple steps that maybe we give for granted and we don't put into practice at the beginning. And here we want to show some examples that we know of, or because of entrepreneurs we have been working with. So, for example, we have here two businesses from El Salvador and Guatemala who created a product together. So they had different businesses. One is doing home decor and the other one is doing fashion and accessories. The one doing fashion and accessories thought it was an amazing idea to use the natural cotton that was produced by the other company. So they joined forces and now they are producing items together and selling everything as if they were an extension of their previous brand. Why? Because their values were very similar. They both had natural products. They are women-led businesses who have families, but at the same time are entrepreneurs. So they, as you can see, they had the same values, and now they are able to go together and sell this together. And then in one of our live interviews under the Get Inspired series on Ecom Connect, we interviewed an amazing entrepreneur who started out a food company that's called Omsom. Maybe some of you were part of this interview. And what they are doing is they're selling Asian ingredients into, well, anywhere in the world. But they have a big share of their customers are in the US. And they've grown amazingly fast because they had a very niche product. They were able to market it greatly, and they also had amazing collaborations. And in this case, it was not them who looked for the collaboration. It was Disney who approached them and saw that they were a very young team based in Asia. And they decided that it was a great partner to also promote the last movie from Disney, which is called Raya. And it's a movie based focused in Southeast Asia. So again, they have similar values. They are very complementary of each other, and they were able to communicate these values together and sell together.
We then also have two slightly different collaborations that we wanted to share. So Chiara Ferragni is an Italian entrepreneur. She's the founder of the Blonde Salad, which became quite successful in the recent years. And she has this very kind of bold, vibrant tonality to her brand. Her audience is extremely loyal. She has a really loyal community of followers, and they all recognize this eye symbol. This has become her brand symbol from when she started the Blonde Salad. So she recently did a collaboration with Nespresso, where she literally plastered an espresso machine in her brand logo and in her brand colors, and they customized the colors of the Nespresso machine, the little stamps in her brand colors. And this collaboration was everywhere. And it's just really interesting because, you know, we have a couple of examples of smaller brands, but also an influencer with a much larger brand. And I think that it just goes to show the spread of different types of collaborations that brands can create together if they have similar values. And I think in this case, Chiara is Italian. She obviously drinks a lot of coffee, so it makes quite a lot of sense quite immediately. But I think there are a lot of deeper brand values that are also very closely aligned. This probably would have been a collaboration that would take much longer to flesh out and to create together. I think some collaborations can happen very quickly, very organically. In the case of Omsom, it just happened almost overnight. As they said, they got approached by Disney and then they developed this together. Sometimes it can be much longer in the making. Bug and Lou is a lifestyle store based in the US, and Isabel Filio is an illustrator from Canada. And so they also did a collaboration together. Isabel Filio basically, they commissioned her to create some custom prints for their store. And so they then sell those prints on their store because they just loved her work. They thought she had an amazing style. And so that happened in that way. And it just, I think, again, all of these examples are very different, but it just shows you all of the different ways in which you can create collaboration. Sometimes it's a complete joint effort. Sometimes it's one brand commissioning the other brand. Sometimes it's a partnership. In the case of Rengifo and Algodones Mayas, that was literally the materials being used are the same. So it really depends on the brand. Christina, do you want to tackle the question? Should we tackle it now? Or
yes, I think it's a good moment. I really like this question from Grace, which is, how do you find out values of someone you haven't related with? Yeah. And yeah, it's a really good question because, of course, you need to do a first analysis. And what do you need to look into? I would say that it's key, I mean, to see the tone and to see how the brand expresses itself. So, for example, if the brand is for sustainability, you will see that directly through their images, the type of content they share on social media. You can go also to their websites and read their style, the tone they use in their About Us page, the kind of work they do, if they have any social impact, or if you also need to look at also the kind of products they sell, the price they put to their products. For example, if you have, I don't know, a luxury brand, you will very quickly see that. And you will see that they will target a specific audience because of the high prices and the high quality products. And that also gives you some information on what kind of company you are looking into.
I would also suggest, if we can go back one slide, I want to just use the previous slide as an example, and I have an example to give Grace as well. Just the one after that. So
This one?
yes. So Grace, the point where we say don't wait for a collaboration to show up for the businesses you admire. So this would literally be you going and engaging with their posts, understanding their business, starting to learn what they do, and that will then automatically show you what their values are. I think it's very clear when you start looking at a brand and really deep diving into their universe, their values emerge, just like Chris said, through their imagery, through the types of clients that they're targeting. You'll be able to see that. And then the top point, positioning for opportunities you want to create, if you have that deep dive into brand universes and you think this is a brand that I'm really aligned with, then it's your job to see, okay, is my business showing up in a similar way that they would see it as a natural fit? So you then also have to position in that way yourself so that your values become clear to them. So I hope that that helps. I also wanted to share a quick example for something that happened to me today, which I think is a good example of seeing what people's values are. I had a conversation with someone who runs this media group in the UK called Media for All, and it's basically a media group full of diverse people in media, so ethnic minorities, etc. And I said to him at the end of that conversation, I'm going to connect you to someone who's running a network called Women of Color Global Network, because you can see very clearly what the values of those two organizations are. So I just said, I'm going to introduce you both, you have similar values. So I've made that introduction, and they're probably going to meet and have a lot to talk about because they're focusing on the same thing, which is improving accessibility for ethnic minorities. So sometimes it's through the imagery, sometimes it's the mission statement, sometimes it's literally even in the name of the company.
Yeah, good example. Yeah. And for anything, you like when you look for collaborations, you, for example, in our case, when we manage Ecom Connect and we organize, for example, the live interviews, we are looking for entrepreneurs who really resonate with entrepreneurs that are members of the community. We don't want to hear like stories of, that are very far away in the real world. We want to hear real stories that could really set an example for like all the other entrepreneurs out there. So we first get to know the person, get to know their stories, and then we analyze whether we are a good fit or not. It doesn't mean it's a bad collaboration. It means that it's not the collaboration for you. So you just move into someone else if that's not the case. And now we want to bring two of our super connectors. Here we want to have first Maheshwar, and then we'll have Vachu to talk about two collaborations they have done. So please, Maheshwar, if you can unmute yourself and let us know what you have achieved and how did you go to find and to set this collaboration in the end.
Thank you, Grace. Very good evening, very good afternoon, very good morning to all. My name is Maheshwar. Namaste to all. I'm from Hyderabad, southern part of India. I'm a managing director of Maini X Proprietary Limited, and our brand name is Zasya Handicrafts. We are into handicraft business. We have started our business in the month of January 2020, just before the pandemic, and since 1.8 years, we are connecting with a lot of artisans across India in various forms of arts and crafts. Presently, we have collaborated with more than 10,000 artisans, and we are still building our network of artisans across India. Well, I'm also super connected with Ecom Connect, which is a part of ITC. I'm very much honored to be with ITC as a super connector. Yeah, it's a pure incredible platform where we can learn more about business, how to market our products online. It's everything you can find over here. It's a hub, you can say, in a nutshell. So presently, we have been collaborating with one of the client who is based in Europe, Belgium, and they were looking for a bracelet, okay, which is a unique bracelet, who's interested to go out means doing adventurous part. So this beauty of this bracelet is it should be a washable bracelet, and their audience is 10 15 plus uniques, male and female. Okay, and they were searching for suppliers across from China and Asian countries, but couldn't able to find a right designer and supplier to create their idea. So as a Mahini expert, we have helped them to find out the designer to make their product into reality. So this product is basically made of metal and wood. They have two designs, and the beauty of this bracelet is it's eco-friendly, and the our client is giving their end client, okay, if they use their product, okay, if they bring back their product, they're giving the discount to the end customers. So that's an amazing thing, because it is very much giving value to the environment. So all the products are eco-friendly, and here we had a little bit challenges coming to the collaboration initially, because as a young entrepreneur, to gain the confidence with the client was it's a huge task for us, because the client was interacting most of the suppliers across India also. So however, this client, this lead has come across with one of the B2B sites from India, and he was contact with a lot of suppliers from India, but no one is able to crack this lead. So we are very proud to say that we have cracked this lead, and we are in the process of prototype. Everything is going on. Hopefully, by coming month, we'll be sending the prototype also to the client. So for this order will be a bulk. So the challenges here was to gain the confidence of the client. It was very challenging, and to gain the trust of the client, it has taken around 6 months for us. So you can imagine. So it's not easy to get the clients. You need
And
to show.
Maheshwar,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for sharing all of this, and especially the challenges. It's a very good point. But how did you find this client? Did you approach the client, or did they find you? How did you contact him?
Actually, we are active member of one of the B2B website, and this was posted. The lead was posted by the client in this website. It is called as VO from India. Basically, it's a platform where all the suppliers and exporters are a membership. Means at our membership from on this platform, and also across from Europe, and basically from Europe, all the clients are associated on this platform.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we have find the lead on this platform, and we have cracked the lead.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. And now, Wachu, could you share the story about your collaboration, please?
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Ecom Connect, for giving us this opportunity. My name is Washa Kihara. I am based in Naivasha, Kenya, and I run a sustainable fashion label called Kangadelic. Kangadelic symbolizes the color and vibrancy of Kenyan coastal culture and lifestyle through contemporary clothing and accessories. I have a passion for fashion and a love for the environment. So we started collaborating with Kylie McMorris of Kumbatia CDO in Mombasa. At the time, she was in the US, in Utah, and so she reached out on Instagram. We were doing more posts on Instagram, especially during the pandemic, and we had trainings with She Trades Commonwealth to help us pivot digitally. So we were posting more, and she reached out. And initially, it was just face masks that we were shipping out to her in North Logan in Utah. And later on, when she told me she was coming to start the CBO in Mombasa. So Batia is a CBO which helps young girls who have dropped out of school, early teenage pregnancy. So they opened a childcare center so the young girls can go back to school, and they take care of their children, and also single mothers and widows. able to drop off their children to be looked after in the day so they can go to work and make money to sustain their families. So her vision resonated with ours because we aligned ourselves with the global SDG, mainly no poverty, gender equality, sustainable cities, and we just felt that it resonated with our brand and our vision in helping the women, the girl child. And she went on our Instagram page and she's seen products and we've customized them for her. Like one of them is a duffel bag. So it's just a regular duffel bag with straps, and she asked, can you do it in leather? So these products, they sell at a profit to be able to sustain the daycare center and to raise funds for that. So we've done, currently we're doing some baby blankets, which is with Tanga, it's fleece lined. So sometimes we will select the fabric, we will share with her, she'll select the tab, or she will select what she has and send them to us and we make for her. So, yeah, we've been working together for the past 1 year. We haven't met, and it's just a relationship built on trust. And yeah, it's just been great.
That's good, Wachu. It seems that it's a good collaboration. What would you have done things in a different way now that you have the experience from this collaboration?
No, not really, because we've done it for most of our clients. They ask, can you do this? And we say, yeah, we can do it. So we customize things for the clients, and we just go the extra mile for Kylie and her organization because of the amazing work she's doing and touching lives. So yeah, I mean, it's just I just love working with her. It's easy to work with her. We just communicate on Instagram messaging. She sends things, sends a payment, we send them back, and I mean, it's just worked very well.
That's great.
We've shipped from Kenya with DHL to Utah, and then while she's here in Kenya, we've been shipping door to door with Wells Fargo. So I think it's worked pretty well.
Okay, perfect. So thanks a lot, Wachu. Now we're gonna move to some exercises. So this is gonna be the fun part. Here you're going to have time to work on your own values first, and then we are going to move into the breakout rooms, and you will have time to speak with the other people in this session. So here we're going to talk about designing your next collaboration. We will give you some time for you to brainstorm on which are the priorities for your business when doing a collaboration. So for example, are you looking to offer a complementary product or service? You would like to explore something else? Like when thinking about a collaboration, what comes up to your mind first? Then you have to explore what you can offer as a business. For example, we've seen in the previous examples that some businesses were offering raw materials to create a new product, that Wachu and Kylie were doing things which were complementary, and they came up to be like a great match for their customers. You can also offer a sustainable packaging if you're producing this to any kind of business, or even a slogan together. And then who would your ideal partner be? So here we want you to think about the sector and products, services that the ideal partner will offer, the values that you and your ideal partner will share, the kind of audience that this partner will have, and if possible, to research an example. Maybe you already have this example in mind. So we want to know a bit more about that later. So if you want, we can give now 5-6 minutes to explore this, and then we'll use this for our second exercise. Okay, so time's up. Let's put some music to concentrate, and see you in 5 minutes. Time's up. I hope you had enough time to do this, because now we're going to go into breakout rooms, and we're going to put this into practice. We are going to help each other to spot opportunities. So the first thing you need to do here is to introduce your business, your struggles, and what you would like to look in a collaboration. And then the others in the breakout room are going to give the person an idea to grow her or his business based on what he has just said. So first, one person has a role of explaining their business, what they would like to achieve, and then the others need to be active listeners and provide this person with an idea on how to grow their business, how to achieve that kind of collaboration that the person wants to do. Any questions here before we go into breakout rooms? No? Okay. Anyways, you have the chat to ask us questions in the breakout room. So let me put you now into breakout rooms. Okay. So see you in a bit. Thanks, Kylie. No worries. Good to have you here. Have a good day. Maya, can you join the breakout room? Let me know if you are having issues. Hi, Doris. Hi, Ruth. How are you?
Hello.
Hi. You
Yeah,
just
good evening.
joined, right? The session.
Yes, I almost missed it. I'm so sorry.
No worries, no worries. I mean, we're in the end of the session, but it's recorded, so you will have the recording later. But we are now in the second exercise. So today the session is about learning how to collaborate with other businesses. And we were doing a first exercise to like analyze your brand, analyze what you're looking for, and who your ideal collaborator would be. And then we went into breakout rooms. Well, that's what we are currently doing to introduce the businesses, the struggles, and what you would be looking for in a collaboration. The goal here is that the others do an active listening exercise, and then they suggest you some recommendations for collaboration.
Okay.
So I think since you joined a bit later, I mean, we can do this together if you want. You can let me know like who you are, what your business is, and then we can see how to spot collaborations together.
Okay. I didn't hear the.
And maybe you come up with new ideas that you can innovate with. So well, this is the end of our session. I don't know if Rashina, you want to share some feedback before we close this, or?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, so based on the session that we had in the breakout rooms, I think one thing that I noticed is it's really important to actually share your challenges and what you're looking for with other people, because people can give you names of other brands that could be good collaborators or that could be good examples for you, and they can give you very kind of out of the box ideas. So I was given a really amazing idea by Grace, and I think that just goes to show it's so important to network very openly and actively and be honest and build authentic relationships, because that can actually help you through the process of identifying where, how, and why to collaborate. So I would just kind of encourage you guys after this session to all really take an active role in networking within your community and adding value, and really think about what do you want the process of collaboration to look like, and let that take shape over time through those interactions.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed the session. We hope you put the tips into practice. As you know, we will share this later when the recording is available on Ecom Connect. So you just have to go to the event, and there you will see the recording and the slides. So please make the most of them. Ask any question if you have so, and network. Ecom Connect is the platform for e-commerce entrepreneurs, you know that. So it's easy to find businesses that do similar things, but you have other networks out there. So be innovative and be curious. And see you in a month. We will publish the next session on Ecom Connect, where we are going to talk about how to build your network over time. This is going to be our last session in this series this year. We are a bit sad about that because we really enjoy this. It's an opportunity to speak with you, and not just type messages on Ecom Connect, but we are looking forward to it. So once it's available there, register and share it with your network. Thanks a lot, Rashina, for this session, and thanks everyone.
Thank you
for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Rashina. Thanks all. Have a great day ahead.
See you soon. Bye.